Sorry for the Dota sound. I hope that now you can. I hope that you can hear that the sounds now. If you still can't hear them, please write to me. I will try to fix this issue. I will try to fix this issue, and if something is wrong, I will change my Dota language. I'm sorry, it's not my native language. I will change it in the next map. The spaces between the one game and another is just simply not enough, and I just really want to give you a cast as soon as I can. So there is like small issues happening, but write them in chat, and after the game I will definitely see them, and I will try to fix everything I can in time. Anyway, there is the start of the second game, the double dimension against the M19, and as far as I can judge from the previous game, the double dimension are going completely savage. They're tired of their losses, they're tired of everything what was happening to them, and they showed us how to use the spells in a right synergy. It may sound quite lame, but when you're playing your pub games, you may wonder how my Magnus didn't RP at least two people there, how my Shaker didn't do anything. Well, that's a little bit harder than you may think, but now we can finally see how it should be executed properly. Let's talk a little bit about the picks. Here we see a little bit like the same heroes. We see the Rubik, we see the Nyx. Nyx didn't work out that well as we wanted, and Rubik did quite a lot. There was a very beautiful vacuums by him, and he did quite a lot in the previous game. But now we can see that the M19 are going for the Ursa pick, and Ursa is that kind of a hero who is doing pretty much the same as the troll. He farms maybe a little bit slower. He's going more for the fighting, and they are supporting the Ursa ability to fight a lot with the Nyx and the Puck. Probably we will see a lot of the blink initiations on the Nyx and Assassin, even better with the Ursa. And it still looks like all of the heroes against the Ursa are going down pretty fast. But the problem is that they got the Rubik, they got the Lina stun, they got the overgrowth and the slow from the Omni Knight, and that's why M19 are picking up the Puck in order to help Ursa to keep everyone in place. So let's see how it will work out. Probably they want to go for one more support who will be able to support Ursa into his dives in, who will probably have some really decent stun, probably even some kind of a disruptor, but it feels like they still need to shut down the Omni Knight really fast, because if this hero will be able to use his spells efficiently, the fights will be much harder for the M19, and that's why they are picking up the Warlock. They got a massive amount of stuns and a lot of damage, both busting damage and the good team fight potential with the Warlock. And Warlock is that kind of a hero who works quite well with Ursa. He got an amazing slow, not allowing anyone to run away from him. He got the golems, who gives a decent stun. He got the bones, and of course he got the heal to keep him and to keep the enemies in place. As we can now see, M19, they're trying to search for the balance. If in the previous game they tried to go for a more of a farming and picking off strats and trying to get a little bit more team fight potential with the Doxy, and now they are trying to seek for the balance between all these things. They get a burst down potential, they get a pick off potential with the Puck, Nyx and Ursa, and they got a really good ability to team fight with the Warlock. Warlock is also that kind of a hero who really can stop any kind of a 5-man lineups, and they're finishing this bit of death with the Earth Spirit. And 5-on-5 team fights are a big issue for the Double Dimension, but the Double Dimension are picking up the Razor, and if the Razor will be able to get all the damage from the Ursa, the things will go a lot harder, especially if they won't have their ultis in time. The ultis cooldown on the side of the M19 is too much. It's too much, and they cannot allow themselves to fight that much as the Double Dimension wants. So probably this will be a really close map. Of course, in the previous map it also felt like this in the beginning because both teams were doing pick-offs and doing quite good, but then the Double Dimension, they were able to get their things together. They got their key items, they got the Blink Daggers on the Magnus and Shaker, and the Roche Pit fight turned the game completely.
XBet, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines, including Dota and CSGO, casino and live dealers. Highest payouts, 100% bonus on your first deposit. Wanna become as rich as Alchemist in a few simple clicks? Start playing on XBet.
Your middle tower is falling.
You think Kaka knew I stole his rum?
Hey, watch my head!
Hey, little buddy, it's in the bag!
XBet, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines, including Dota and CSGO, casino and live dealers. Highest payouts, 100% bonus on your first deposit. Wanna become as rich as Alchemist in a few simple clicks? Start playing on XBet.
Everything's better with Scepter. Oh, yeah!
Radiant victory.
And the game started. Both teams are being quite mobile right now in the beginning, while most of the teams are just sending 1 or 2 supports out in order to scout where the ward's at and what is going on. Both teams are rotating quite a lot. We see the offlane Omni Knight. It's quite of a common pick nowadays. Even on the as the solo offlaner, he is quite strong. But now he got some help with the Lebron on the tree and Protector, and Earth Spirit is just rolling down here and there. He already wasted 2 of his stones. Maybe he just loves to roll a lot, but he is really hoping to understand where the offlaners will put their wards. He needs to know where is the vision. He also got the Orb of Venom, and we will probably see a lot of rotations from the Earth Spirit on the mid lane. With the Puck and the Earth Spirit, it will be really easy to take Lina down, especially if her trustworthy support won't be able to get her in time. But the issue is that they got a Tree and Protector who always got the Living Armor as the global spell, and any kind of the gank can be really easily stopped and ruined with this little trustworthy spell. let's say on the Warlock. Warlock was a little bit slacking, probably he was AFK or something. Team is having some issues right now. Probably they need to discuss how both teams will lane this, if they will be able to deal with the Omni Knight and the Treant Protector off lane, as the Ursa of Spirit and the Warlock, both sides got quite a lot of the heal and the slow and the killing potential. Maybe we will see a lot of kills from both sides on this lane. It will be a bloodbath lane. Illidan will have a little bit of an easier time around here. Rubik is already hiding behind, and he probably wants to catch Earth Spirit, who will get a little bit too far from the comfort. Next is going to check what's going on the map. Damage is being sucked. Illidan is already prepared for everything. And they are waiting for the runes, and Yume's keep on rolling here and there. It feels like he just really enjoys this process, and he used his clarity already. For some people it may seem like a little bit of a waste, but maybe he just enjoys the way things are going.
Perfect location.
Yeah, he still keeps on rolling here and there, killing all the trees in order for his easy laner to feel safe and good. Let's see how the things are going on the mid lane. The Puck and Lina, they're trading. Hits the trading spells. Lina already got a healing salve, and the Puck also got it. Here comes the fight. They're trying to take the Yume down. Yume is going down. There is a first blood. First blood on the Yume. And we see 3-on-3 lane. We haven't seen that quite a lot. Mostly we will still see dual lanes and the roamers from the both sides. But as we can see here, this is something completely brand new. Meanwhile, both Nyx and Razor are feeling quite okay. Razor is not suffering that much. And meanwhile, with the help of the Earth Spirit, who immediately took revenge on the Lina, he TP'd mid and made a kill with the Orb of Venom and the Puck Orb. Let's see how things are going on here. He's understood that there is no way he's going to bash anyone. There is also no trees. Earth Spirit took care of it. There is no place for Tree to use his passive with the bash, so he just gone for the Lich Seed. And Lich Seed is quite of a good spell, which being forgotten sometimes, but it's really good with its heal potential and the slow potential. He is moving mid. Probably he feels like the Lina needs help. He placed the ward in order to protect his mid lane against the Earth Spirit. He rolls in. Lina is being slowed down. He kicked her near to the Buck. Buck got no orb. Lina got no fairy fires and feels like she is going down. Lina is dying, and that's another really good rotation from the side of the Earth Spirit, and they're trying to kill the Treant Protector. He still got the living armor, but the living armor is going down really fast, and that's another kill for the Puck. Puck is feeling really great right now. He is getting quite of an early bottle and double null talisman. Warlock and the Omniate were fighting for the pool. He is grabbing his creeps closer to him, so he can safely farm it. Another roll on the Lina, and Undershock is having a lot of the problems right now. He's going on the low ground. Yuma is chasing him. He got a boots and he got the Orb of Venom. They thought probably it's the real Treant Protector, and they're backing off. Lina was saved. They were not cocky enough to go down. Rubik doesn't have any slow, but he still got his stun. It feels like the Nyx is only able to get any kind of creeps only with his stuns, because without it. Illidan is just getting all his damage. He is unable to last hit, so Muriel can only dream about having creeps right now. He got a little bit in the beginning, but right now it is nothing but a wet dream for him. He's looking from the alpha, and sometimes the attack animation on the Razor may be quite tricky, so sometimes he randomly gets a couple of creeps, but mostly it's just a dream. And Yume is going down on the Omni Knight. Omni Knight got no repel. He got a slow, and Ursa got a boot, but it's not enough. They won't be able to get him if they didn't burst him down in the first place.
Twice the strike.
The shrines are not ready yet. LeBron moved to the mid lane because he really needed to stop that constant assaults on the Lina. He really needed to help his mid laner, and probably they will try to kill Puck or the next assassin. Rubik is moving around the mid lane area, and if they will be able to execute the chain stun, probably they may kill the Puck, but the issue is that most likely it will be a trade because they know that the Earth Spirit is constantly there and they are really scared to do anything against the Earth Spirit and Puck combination. Things are getting quite chilled, while Ursa have to share his XP with his dear and trustworthy supports. Razor is standing completely alone, and he's getting all the farm he wants. And he's not having that much of an issue. Yes, he's always short on mana, but he got in Acules, so the regeneration may not be the issue. Yume rolled the another way, but it's not really saving Puck. He dodged the stun. Undershock is trying to burst the Puck, but Yume is really skillful with his stunts. Undershock tried to get anyone, but they only traded for the Rubik. Meanwhile, Omni Knight feels like there is no threat for him completely. There is no spirit on this lane, and he can easily get out anytime he wants. He got a digging aura, he got the slow. Here they contesting for the Invis rune. Buck is popping Invis. Yume is trying to find for protection in the Roche pit. Still trying to get down the Lebron, but he is being burned down by the Lina. He's still chasing Lebron. Lebron got no Invis, and it feels like the Puck is just getting out. They got no way of catching him right now. Both mid laners are really low on mana, even though Lina still got 2 bottle charges. Probably we will see the same drums and Sanji and Yasha pick up on the Razor. Probably we will even see the Aghanim's, but it feels like this time we will see Hurricane Pike on the Razor because it's really important to kite Ursa and help his teammates when they are being stunned by the golems or being chased by the Ursa. So I think we will see the Hurricane Pike on the Razor quite early. They're going on the Undershock again, and the Living Armor is not able to help anything. He's being silenced and he's being really bullied in the mid lane. Not much his supports can do to help him. You really have to suffer, and we already saw what was happening to the Lina, who was getting shut down in the beginning quite a lot. Probably he will move to the jungle. Yes, he's doing exactly that. He got some stacks by his supports, and probably Lebron is just going to leech the XP and try to get a little bit of a kills right now. Omni Knight is going for the Midas, it feels like. Yes, he's going for the Midas. He understands that the game also can be quite long. And with the Lina and Razor and a lot of control, especially with the Nyx Assassin, he may have issues getting his items. They're going on the Tree and Protector, and Earth Spirit is just rolling everywhere he wants. He's just running over the whole double dimension too, and feels like the M19 are getting the grip again. They are rehabilitated after the loss on the previous map, and now they're feeling much more secure. He picks up a double damage on the Buck, and probably we will see some kind of rotation with this double damage. Let's see how things are going. Things are doing quite okay. Warlock is being left alone. He is getting his level 6, which is really strategic strategically important for the M19. They're taking the first tower, they're taking the mid lane tower, and they're opening up the space for ganks for both part of the Dire jungle. Lina completely moved to the jungle herself. She's trying to get at least something after that issue he got on the mid lane, and Puck with the Nyx are going on the Razor. There is still no Golem ulti, and the reason Razor became an easy prey. There is still a roll. There's still a roll. Here comes the stun, and Rubik is appearing in the wrong place in the wrong time. Warlock is almost having level 6, and that's where the M19 lineup may turn into really unstoppable one, because when we will see the combination, at least with the Earth Spirit ulti and the Fatal Bonds on the Warlock, it may be the death of the whole Double Dimension team. Even though they got the Omni Knight, the team is quite squishy all in all, and a lot of damage which is coming from all these ultis and the burst down from Ursa. Feels like they won't be able to do anything. LeBron is waiting here. He thinks like the Ursa probably is going to take the Roche soon, so he really needs to understand where it's gonna be. Meanwhile, Double Dimension are taking down the bottom tower and opening up the space from their side. Also, it's a little bit of an additional gold and will be quite good. LeBron knows he will probably try to snatch the Aegis, or at least motivate his team to fight here. Our Spirit is zoning out the Omni Knight. He knows that the people will come. He is bullying the Omni Knight a little bit with dropping his urn and taking him again. But it will be a suicide mission, Mr. LeBron. Will he go for it? Omni Knight is going in. Here comes the golems. Ursa got the Roche. Death of the LeBron. LeBron is not being able to do anything, and they're just trying to get at least one unfortunate hit for the Warlock. Warlock is dying. There's no way Razor is surviving. Meanwhile, they're trying to take down the Spirit. He's being burned down by the Lina. Good stun on 2. No mana on Puck. He will still get the mana on Orb, probably. Repel and the heal. There is no way they can deal any damage to the Lina anymore. She is safely tipping out. That's the Roche and the Aegis for the M19. There was a really in time Warlock ulti which kind of assured that they will get the Aegis on Ursa, and it was really important. They also didn't lose it. They are farming a little bit with the golems and the Ursa. But now they will probably have to wait a bit. They got the time. The Aegis won't expire anytime soon. He just picked it up. But fighting without the Warlock ulti may be a real big of an issue for him. They're popping out the smoke, and probably they will go for some kind of a easy kills. They see the Razor. They're rolling on the Razor. Razor got no TP. He only can run away, but it feels like they're giving him no chance. The Braun is coming in the wrong neighborhood in the wrong time. He's still trying to get the proc from the Invis, but there is too much of a damage coming in. And M19 are taking 2 easy. They are taking the 2 easy kills for them. And the issue about this is that Ursa is going 4-0, and Ursa is that kind of a hero who is snowballing quite easily. And meanwhile, Puck is trying to kill at least someone. Here comes the burst on the Yume. They're trying to kill the Yume. Puck is chasing the Rubik, taking down the Rubik. There is a living Alma and the Shrine. There is no way they're going to take the Lina down. Puck is being really confident about what he is doing. LeBron tried to die to the neutrals, it feels like, but he got bursted down, and there it's really hard to deny himself when the Puck got such a huge amount of the magical damage, especially with the Veil of Discord.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
Be fearless.
So let's see how things are going. The Ursa is going for the blink deck and the diffusal, and if he will blink on the Razor, it feels like there is, or anyone in the team, there is no way he's going to be saved. It doesn't matter if he will get the heal, it doesn't matter if he will get the living Alma. The Ursa will claw through all the heals and he's getting too much. They're preparing for a fight here. Undershock is though really low on mana, and is it wise? Is it wise to fight when you don't have the mana on your main damage dealer? They're using the shrine and there will be no saving point anymore. Ursa sees that he's still got the Aegis, he's trying to go down on someone. Really good, Warlock ulti on 3, immediate repel on the Undershock. It feels like the Rubik is going to die immediately. Very good Puck ulti on the 2. Low is going down, Illidan is trying to escape and Undershock are running away. Probably they will go even deeper because they cannot allow this to themselves. They still got the Aegis, they still got everything. Will the Aegis even pop? No, they're not even popping Aegis, and Warlock is securing that the Aegis won't be lost. They're taking the easy tier 1 and feels like the tier 2 will go there too. It feels like they picked up, they understood that they are now they're playing the same game. The Double Dimension were playing with them before. They're just 5-man and they got much of a stronger lineup in this stage of the game, and the Razor, who was having a free farm right now, he was not able to do anything because he can't get the farm. And amazing work the Yume is doing all the time. He bullied the Lina out, he killed the Rubik, he's going for the Lebron. No way, Lebron is surviving. Razor is trying to get at least some damage from the Ursa. Ursa is almost having no damage, but it doesn't really matter. He tries to get away, still got the Aegis. Yume is rolling out, but he's rolling out in his death. There is no way he's going to survive. And Undershock is just letting out all his rage with ulting the Yume, who got no way of escaping at all. Rizzo's also picking up the Arcane Rune. Probably things will go a little bit better for him, but the issue about the Eliten, if they are not getting the successful fights, they can't really farm properly. It feels like the M19 lineup is more successful in the terms of farming, and they're trying to take the Razor down. They got the Puck in the position, he already got his Blink Dagger, he still got the Dream Coil, and it feels like they gonna jump on someone. Nyx is going Vendetta, he's searching for the kills, he sees everyone here, he tried to carapace, LeBron is going in, LeBron is searching for... How are they going? They don't know he's here. They get no detection. Yuma tried to make a guess, but they guessed wrong. LeBron was smart enough to run a little bit away, but they managed to get the Rubik. Will they try to get more? The Courier was taken down by the LeBron. He made his a little bit of a revenge. Illidan got no way of surviving. He popped the drums. There is no shrine, but there is also no follow-up. Buck was too fast and his team is just unable to get there as fast as the Puck can with the Blink Dagger and with the Orb. The game is being really close right now, and the Puck is really hungry for the blood. He got everything. He's trying to kill the Lina, at least bully her out of the lane. She is having the regeneration, so she's not really that scared of everything. Nyx is trying to get away, he got a Vendetta, and now he will have to go base, unfortunately, and use his Vendetta. Omni Knight got his Midas, but it feels like probably it won't help much. He's already going for the 4 staffs, and expect to see a lot of 4 staffs on the Dire side, the desperately needed against the Ursa, who already picked up his Blink Dagger and who is on his way for getting on his way to the Diffuser Blade. And even it feels like sometimes you may say like, well, maybe he needs the BKB or something, or like even Manta or anything to dodge the stuns from the side of the Dia, but it doesn't feel like he really needs anything. The Double Dimension are not even ready. They're not even ready to fight against the Ursa. They're being busted down before anything is happening. You may already made a guess about where the Train Protector may be. The tier 2 is going... It's almost gone down. They got the Train Protector to defend their towers. They got no Aegis, but Ursa is having quite a lot. He didn't die once yet. And it may be a real big issue. They engaged on the poor Omni Knight. Here comes the golems on the two people right now. Bonds are following up. They're trying to slow down everyone. They're bursting down the necks. All the growth is coming in. They're securing that the Yume won't roll in and won't get any more kills. They're desperately fighting for the tier 2. They feel like they get potential to. Only Knight will be up in 10 seconds and there is nothing more left for the M19 than to just back off right now and get a little bit of more items. It feels like the Ursa was carrying something in his backpack to him because he got the recipe for the diffusal and he got much more money before, so he probably picked up something. I'm sorry, didn't manage to take a look about what was in the courier. Next got a blink dagger and they're picking up a lot of the initiating tools in order to burst down the Lina or burst down the Omni Knight really fast. They're waiting for the Roche. Roche already appeared. It's a cheese Roche. Probably we will see the cheese on either the buck or the Yume, who is always rolling in, and it feels like the double dimension are not really willing to fight there. They're still grouping up, they're still going there, but the Undershock is not having much of a mana. Yes, he got a Bloodstone. They're popping up the smoke and they will try to fight, but it's a little bit too late. Will you engage into the cheese and Roche? Is it that wise of a decision? Meanwhile, there is no time to think. Buck is going in. They're trying to kill at least someone. Rubik is almost going down. Rubik is going down. There was a very good initiation from the Buck. They're trying to take down Ursa. And Ursa got the both Cheese and the Aegis. He drops the Aegis. There's an insane amount of damage coming from the Earth Spirit. They're jumping in. And it feels like it was a really, really wrong choice to be there in that time. Ursa is keep on chasing. Lena prefers the suicide himself and LeBron is going down also. Low is just tipping out. They won't be able to burst him down in time. And it feels like the game is really, really tough. You can see how the previous time Double Dimension completely wiped off the M19, but right now we're seeing the completely different picture. They're trying to burst down the Nyx. Nyx didn't have enough time to praise the Carapace. And the Shock is on Mayhem. Yes, he got a little bit of a Bloodstone charges, but will it really help? LeBron is tipping in. They got no big spells. They got only the Laguna and they got the Razor ulti, but it's not enough to even protect their own tower. The towers are falling so fast, even though they got the tree and protector in their team, but the LeBron is suffering too much. The Yume completely destroyed the tri-lane from the double dimension side by cutting off all these trees, and now we see the result of the smart Yume moves. I must admit that the Earth Spirit did quite a lot of a job in order to help his team to win. Though M19, they don't really need to hurry up anywhere. They got a huge control over the map. They got a huge advantage in the gold. As you can see, M19 are getting much more gold. They get around the 7k more. And the LeBron is always constantly suffering. The Rubik tried to save his teammate. But the amazing guesses and predictions. It feels like the M19 are playing with the map hack or something. But they always know where the Yume is and where the Tree and Protector is. And whenever he's going, he's just going down. Let's see how the things are going. Undershock is trying to get a Shadow Blade. He's trying to get some kind of a solo pickups. The problem is that the M19, they are getting too much from a 5-manning, and there is really not anyone to pick off because they are always together. But the issue is for the M19 that there is not much chances. They're trying to bait on Lina. Yume is in position. He's going in. Undershock tried to predict this, but he mistimes a little bit. Rubik needs to TP out. Buck is he's guessing where the Rubik is, and they're trading the rotation of the two M19 players for the life of the Rubik. The issue is that the going on the high ground is really hard for the M19. Yes, they got golems, they can burst down people, they can team fight really well. For example, like this Lina who got no way of escaping Diffusion Blade from the Undershock. Overgrowth is going in, but it feels like it's not really helping much, and Undershock is unable to do anything. They see even more targets. The Ursa is going savage. He's ready to jump anyway. He got his diffusal blade. Nyx missed his time. It could have been a kill on the Illidan, but the issue is that going high ground is not that easy. They got the Razor to kill the Crypts, they got the Lina, they got the Tree and Protected, they got the Rubik, they got a lot of creep wave killing spells. And even though the teamfight potential and picking off the potential of the M19 is quite well, they don't have much resources to hit the towers. Ursa is more of the face hitter than the tower hitter, to be honest, and Golem... The Warlock is like showing us that he's ready, he's going for the jolly 3 braces tactics. That's actually quite of an interesting thing. Meanwhile, the double dimension, they're trying to get the farm in the safe part of the map. Omni Knight with the 4 staff, I guess that's the first 4 staff. Yeah, that's the first and the most important 4 staff they have in order to defend themselves from the Ursa. There's a lot of fighting going on, and the M19, they really want to fight there. They really need to use their spells, then they are ready to jump in. They get a huge advantage right now. So let's see how things are going. They are really hoping to pick off someone, but the double dimension are playing quite careful right now, except for the poor Lebron. Will it be the death of him? Will they guess once again where he is? But he's always trying to keep a track on where the M19 is. He's trying to give the information for his team where they can farm, where is it safe, and all this time he died, he gave an information about where they are, so the Razor and the Lina and the Omni Knight will be able to farm at least something. Undershock is picking up his Shadow Blade, so let's see how things will go. He's sacrificing his XP and his farm, and all they actually need from him is the Overgrowth and the Vision. The Vision is extremely important for the double dimension now. They're having vision in their own jungle, so they can see where they can farm and where they are being chased down, and they're getting the tower, but the M19 are already going there. The golems are being popped up. Double stun from the Muriel. Ursi is going in. He is killing the Rubik immediately. Flo is trying to run away, but is there really a way to run? Is there really a way to run? Illidan's tipping out. No, the TP got cancelled. The Yume is doing an amazing things today. Another stun is coming on the Razor, and this was a really expensive trade. Really expensive trade that was really perfectly executed, and the Yuma with his some kind of a compass or some kind of a super mind with always guessing where the treant is, where someone is TPing, and the Earth Spirit is doing quite a lot in this game. And while we're watching this game, probably you may want to bet on either M19 or on the double dimension, the X bet. It's a really good way to get the easy money, but here you need to be really careful because you are seeing how teams are really contesting each other, and we're seeing completely different things, and that's the first kill. That's the first kill. Maybe in this game we will see that the double dimension will be able to turn everything upside down. It's up to you to decide, and if you will really guess it correctly, you may get a lot of money. So if you're feeling lucky today, you can go on the XBet and make a prediction and win some stuff for yourself. It feels like the double dimension is still really lacking the abilities to save themselves from all these initiations from the Ursa and from the Earth Spirit. And it's really tough. The Razor still gone for the Sanjin Yashin Drum Endurance build. He feels like he will be lucky with the movement speed a lot. But when he's being jumped down by the Ursa with the Diffusion Blade, will you really be saved by having a little bit of stats and having a lot of the movement speed? It feels like they need something more secure as a 4-step. They need to wait to either, they got two ways, they either kite Ursa and not allow him to hit anyone, or They are just shutting down Ursa really fast. But how can you shut down the Ursa with having quite a lot of HP? He still got the cheese and he got the enrage. He is also going for an interesting pickup of the Desolator. I haven't seen that much, but that's a very good pickup. That is a really good pickup, because if he's getting at least someone, these people are getting down really fast. Meanwhile, the ILTV already found the flow. He's having an insane amount of damage in the combination of the Force Staff, the Blink Dagger. The Nyx Assassin is helping Ursa to get anyone anywhere he wants. Yume is in the position. He's stunning only LeBron. He got the detection. LeBron is trying to TP away. Buck is using the Yule Scepter. They got a gem also, and that's the death of the Treant Protector. He's trying to buy some time. Meanwhile, LTV is in the position with the Nyx. Nyx sees everyone. He's seeing the... What an unfortunate blink. He got a Force Staff. He may have tried to force Ursa out there. Oh, poor teddy bear. Poor teddy bear. Will the Undershock try to get anyone, or he decides to get away? It feels like the double dimension. They are deciding if we can't kill heroes, we will kill the couriers. That's the second courier which already died in this game. And this is quite of a struggle. Arcee's soon getting his Desolator. He will both has Desolator and the Aegis. They got a second cheese also. They got the two cheeses advantage in the team fights, and actually I don't know how the double dimension are planning to win this. The Elena is constantly trying to push the things out a little bit, but he instantly being chased here. They got the detection and there is no way he's going to survive, though he caused the rotation of the free heroes from the M19 side. And Illidan is immediately appearing on the another side of the map. He immediately starts to push out the lane. He pops out his ult. He understands that there is no way they can fight into the Aegis and Golems and all this kind of a bloody combo they got. There is no way they can win this fight, so they're trying to go for the split push. But ain't he deep enough? He is quite deep right now. He got only the TP, he got no BKB, he got nothing. LeBron is going in, he's trying to kill the Warlock, doubles down into the Warlock ulti. The overgrowth is coming in, the Nyx blinks in just in time and trying to kill Razor. Meanwhile, LeBron is being chased by the Nyx. The Rubik is tipping away. LeBron is going down and the things are going really unfortunate. Here comes the pause. Here comes the DC from the Razor. And what can I say? The things which are going on right now looks super grim. Super grim for the double dimension, but even though they keep on dying all the time, they keep on dying in every fight, they're losing the team fights, we still see that it's 31 minutes in and they're high ground. Still standing, still they even managed to take the tier 2 here, even though the mid lane is still standing in the tier 1 a minute. 31 is not that quite of a common of a thing. They want to defend there. They already see that the Undershock is doing his dirty deed. He got the boots of travel and he's constantly trying to push away the lanes. They're doing everything in order to protect their high ground. They got a tree who can kill the towers, and even a minor damage which is being brought by the creeps, they can easily heal that out. But the issue is that what are they going to do? Yes, of course they got the Omni Knight with the 4 staff, they got the mech. Probably he's going for the Guardian Greaves, I guess. Yes, he will got the Guardian Greaves quite soon, but what will you do with such a grisly teddy bear Terminator? Ursa is just clawing anyone to the death in 2-3 seconds, and if you can't shut him down, he will vaporize your whole team. There is not enough time for the Razor to suck out all his damage. And the work of the stuns by the Yume and the Muriel is just an amazing work. They both got a blink daggers, and any attempt to TP out or to get away result into per instance death. I also must admit that the support and the offlaner of the M19 are really doing a really good job into setting up the kills for the Ursa, and here we can see an amazing swing. The Ursa got the 13 kills while the Razor is going down so hard. He got no farm, and if you're being a Razor and you're not winning any kind of fights, well, that's almost no way back, no way to rehabilitate. All we can hope is for the M19 to mess up a fight somewhere, probably near the high ground, probably dive too much, because they're having this drive of the winners right now. They feel like they can do anything. They can do anything they want. They can go as deep as they want, and probably they may try to chase them on this cockiness. Probably they can do that. The amount of gold the M19 are leading is like almost around 11k, and that's an insane number to come over. Everything we're hoping for is either an insane throw or a brilliant kind of a play from the double dimension, which we already saw in the previous game, but they don't have this kind of massive ultis right now. Some issues are going on with the Razor. He can't come back. Illidan can't come back into the game. Something is going on, and it feels like the problems for the double dimension are not only in the game, but also something happens in their probably TeamSpeak in the Discord right now. It feels like they are really demoralized right now, and the M19 really brought them down from the skies back on Earth after the previous game, and while in the previous game they made a perfect execution of their spells and won quite easily, right now they're still struggling to fight against this lineup. M19 picked for them, and they're beating the double dimension with the same weapon as they used themselves. These 5-man lineups and amazing rotations are definitely doing quite a bit of a work, and it feels like the supports, for example, who desperately need some kind of a moving ability. The Rubik is definitely a 3-4 hit target for the Ursa. Even the Omni Knight with a lot of the armor and a lot of the things is still an easy target, but he got a 4-staff, so it may result into saving someone from the death trap of the stun from either Earth Spirit or the Nyx Assassin and the Ursa follow-up. But will it be enough? Only one 4-staff against the Ursa or the Sven or any kind of a hero like Lifestealer, for example, who are just jumping in and hitting everything they can hit really close. Playing without the 4-staffs is a real big issue. Probably they need a little bit more. Meanwhile, Lina is going for the BKB in order to survive all the silences and all the stuns. If he won't be chain stunned by the Nyx and the F-Spirit, probably there is a chance that he will be able to survive. And it looks like we will have a game 3 coming in, because these kind of games are giving people heart attacks. Spirit is already tipping top, and they are already in position to catch the undershock. Do they have even the detection? They're probably waiting for +1. It feels like they won't have enough damage to get the Lina. With only 2 of them, they probably need the Ursa or the Puck follow-up. Warlock is not having that big of an issue. Also, he died only once. He's going for the Road of Hiatus, and there will be even more reasons to get a 4-staff or the BKB from the side of the double dimension, because this amount of stuns from the golems, from the F-Spirit, from the Nyx and like the Puck, There's just no way. And look at this. As I already said, the LTV, he is feeling really, really cocky. He got the Aegis, he got everything, he got the Enrage. There's just no way the double dimension can do anything against them. And here comes the easy prey. They're not even burying themselves with using LT. The Dream Coil cooldown is really, really, really low. And they're just securing one kill after another. And the game looks insanely grim right now. Meanwhile, 32 minutes in, still no fallen Raxus. And in the previous game, we saw that these Raxus for the M19 gunned down pretty fast.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
They got no golems. There is 1 minute to the golems. Puck gets bits of travel so he can deal with the push from the Lina. He can TP anywhere, and here comes the hitting for the towers. Even with the Desolator, the thing with the hitting the towers from the Ursa side is getting a little bit better. Undershock is repelled. There is no way they can catch him right now. The Ursa is going down quite fast. Nyx blinked in.
Has uninvited guests.
They're saving. He needs to heal up a bit. They got the urn, they got the heal from the Warlock. There is no need to go anywhere. Perhaps the Rotovators, they got the Rotovators on the Warlock. There comes the big issues. Probably they're gonna jump on the Illidan. He is stunned. 4 stuff away. Rubik is going down really fast. They can't do anything. The Illidan is silenced. He got no mana. Undershock is trying to fight back. He's using his Q to kill the creeps. They're jumping on the Lebron. Lebron is joking, but the LTV is not really sure about if he can follow up or not. Back is a little bit deep. And it feels like even with the loss of the Rubik, Double Dimension are still able to hold their high ground. They got a very good potential for the creep killing, and probably he sees the Lina. Lina got no way of escaping. He got silence. Yule's coming in. The Yuumi is in time, stun, and the Undershock is immediately being punished for trying to fight against the split push, to fight against the push of the M19. Now they got much of an easier time to go on the high ground. Puck will be there very, very soon. The Aegis lost. The Aegis dropped, but do they even need the Aegis? Puck is already coming back, and they are continuing their crusade on the high ground of the double dimension. Ursa is going in, giving a couple of hits, but with the Razor constantly taken away, the Puck is going in. The Rubik almost gone down. There was an insane burst, but the Flow reacted in time, same as he reacted with the 4 staff and saved the Illidan the previous time. Even though the tower already dropped to the half, and the Ursa is not really able to go that much in anymore. They're sieging, but they are not able to getting it, and with the tree unprotected, the towers are healing and healing up, and it feels like all the effort they are putting into the pushing is not going to the success. They either need to catch someone like the Lina or the Razor again and try to fight against it, but there are still too many spells to kill the creeps. So probably we will see the Raxus falling off on the rush fight, or some kind of a fight around the base, or after any kind of a good pick off. Buck is having Dagon 5, and with the Veil of Discord, as we already saw, he almost immediately exterminated the Rubik with the burst down, and he picked up a cloak and he got 2 braces. That is quite good. Puck is searching also for the wards, and he is making the double dimension completely blind. They are trying to understand if they got wards somewhere around this area, and this is a quite interesting ward from their side. Not that expected. It doesn't give that much of a vision, but not being easily dewarded either. LTV finally picked up his BKB, so he won't be threatened by anything, and he can go anywhere he wants, anytime he wants, and nothing will be able to stop him. Meanwhile, on top, Hawk is tipping in. They know that the Lebron is there, Overgrowth is coming in, Undershock is going for the stun. But he was interrupted by the Muriel. Muriel makes an amazing stance. Illidan is popping out the BKB, he's trying to fight. Ursa is too far. Ursa is too far. But they still can't fight, even with the only golems and the Ursa. Will they go in? Two very important heroes for the M19 go down. Yume is still trying to survive. He got a blink dagger, he blinks away, and it feels like he is being safe. Throws away, and there is no resources for the double dimension to get him and chase him down. That was a little bit of a turn for the double dimension side. They picked up their BKBs. Now they're not that afraid of the bursts from the puck. They're not that afraid of the most important stunts from the Earth Spirit and the Nyx Assassin. And with the BKB picked up and such an important kills, and most importantly they're getting the gem, and now they will probably make the jungle a little bit more safe. Muriel is trying to get the Reza. Reza is turning back. Reza is tipping in.
Structures are fortified.
He doesn't really want to go in. They still don't have their puck. They got the golems, they got the BKB.
Smashed into pieces.
The Roche is still not up yet, and now the double dimension understand that they will need to hold down this Roche. They're trying to burst down the Ursa. He pops up the BKB, 3-man golem, but it's not really helping. The stun on the Nyx Assassin is missing, and now they got one less tool to hold the double dimension. The Roche will appear really soon, and if the double dimension will be able to get it, it may be a really big turn. The net worth is slowly going down. Double Dimension winning back their money, and soon we will maybe see the possibility for the Double Dimension to fight on the with the equal chances. The Ursa is having the Boots of Travel also. So he's ready to follow up anywhere. Probably he needs some kind of a lockdown. Probably he needs a Bash or the Abyssal to keep the people in place. They're trying to get the Golem, but they're not getting the Golem in time. And a little bit of a lost gold for the double dimension side. But it feels like they're slowly they're turtling up on the high ground, defending it. And the Ursa lineup is falling back. Even though they got such an amazing beginning, it feels like their lineup is not that good for the really late game. Even though they got completely amazing spells for this, they get amazing spells for the team fight. But going high ground is a real of a hassle. Probably they will try to engage here. Smoke on a smoke. Smoke got revealed. Undershock understands they're chasing the Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin is being busted immediately. LTV vaporizes the tree. He's backing off, he still got his BKB. Yume coming in. 2 stuns. Yume is going down. Yume is not being able to do anything. They keep on chasing. Versus tipping out, blinking out, and healing up a bit. He still got his BKB, but it feels like they're losing Roche. They got no golems. They got no faculty, they got no digs to scout the things out, and they got no spirit so down all these things. Nyx is coming back, and they're still really afraid of the things which are going on. They really want to heal up a bit. They are not at their highest mana. But the issue is that when they're going back, they don't understand that against the Ursa and the Roche will go down insanely fast. What will the Ursa drop for the Aegis? Or probably he will give the Aegis to someone else. Illidan is going in, he's sucking the damage in. They got the Overgrowth. Overgrowth comes in. The BKB is not helping. Razor is picking up the Aegis. There was no time for the LTV to switch the slots. The Warlock popped his golems, but it's not really helping, and the things are completely turning right now. Who would ever expected that this will go on when you will see the Ursa with the 14 kills, with the no towers outside of the base for the double dimension? It feels like they're doing it. Will it be 2-0? Will they be able to pressure things enough? You got a butterfly on the reason. There is only the magical damage, which may be a hassle for him, but he got a BKB and an amazing stun. LeBron died. They're backing off. Still trying to chase Buck. Got Dream Coil in 10. Rubik is trying to buy time for his team. Being bursted down really fast.
Get up if you can.
You may try to pick off the Omni Knight, but the Omni Knight got a 4-staff, he got the Graves and the gem. Now both team got gems. They know where the tree is, they know where the NX is. And Undershock is a little bit of a difficult position. He understands that they got a gem. You may try to make a guess about where the Lina is. He also got a Aghanim Scepter pickup. And there is no golems, there is no Roche, they get a cheese. Will there be another attempt to go on their high ground? But is it wise? Illidan got the Aegis. He got the butterfly, he got the BKB, and he is kind of too hard of a target right now. Even for the Ursa, who got no MKB, who got no way to deal with the evasion. Even though he's hitting quite hard, the fly pickup may really make him go for the MKB. Though he's not really having the issues with the money, and he will pick up the MKB quite soon. And the double damage pickup may change the game completely. They know that where the M19 is. Nyx is scouting. Undershock is close. ILTV is trying to follow up. He presses the BKB. The Aghanims on the Buck is not letting him go away. The Ursa is chasing down the Lina, and without Lina the things are going quite hard. They let the Lebron go. They are trying to... They got him in the same time, they got the Rubik, and now without the Lina and without the Rubik, the high ground defense is really hard. The Razor got no TP, he understands that he needs to push, he will probably switch drums or something. He really needs a TP to be able to get back home. He picks up a TP, but if he will be able to TP, there will be Earth Spirit who will really chase him down. He got a BKB, he's tipping out. That was his 4th, I guess, BKB. He got the 7 seconds on the BKB, and the lower it gets, the harder fights get also. He's trying to bully the Ursa out. He is repelled, he may be not afraid of anything. Muriel was trying to get the same trick again he was doing before with the field and the carapace. But the Omni Knight is always reacting in time. He got a Eul's, he got a 4-staff, and he the only in his team who built up any items to be able to kite Ursa or to save his teammates from this chain stunts the M19 are having.
Gold is a great double damage. Death and gold are linked.
Things are going a little bit better right now, though the net worth jumped back and the double dimension lost around 5k gold right now.
Illusion.
And that's being a pickup, soon pickup of the MKB for an Ursa in the mid. They try to go on the elite and there is still Aegis, but still they're trying to save anyone. The Yume is doing the amazing job of trying to save anyone. He's rolling out. Illidan is not having much money, and that may be a bit of an issue. He still got the Aegis, and soon it will disappear. Buck is killing the creep wave. No Aegis. They're forcing the people out, and now the fight is really dangerous. Will they be brave enough to take a fight without the Aegis? Stun on the Rubik. Golems, Freeman Golem. It's being followed up. Refresher. Ursa got down without the really fast. They're dealing an amazing amount of damage, and oh my god, what do I see? Was it a throw? The double rifle and bug ulti didn't help them. There is no Aegis, they are full HP, they didn't lose anyone except for the Rubik. They didn't manage to burst down the Razor, they didn't manage to burst down anyone. And now we see the Raxes are going down for the M19. They got no golems, they got only Ursa and the Puck. They're brave enough to finish. They're brave enough to finish the... No, the Illidan. Illidan, what a player! He's not afraid of anything. He got a repel. He's not scared to hit the buildings. And now we see a complete turn. A complete turn of the events. The M19. The M19 through their advantage. They are not able, they didn't manage to crack the high ground defense, and they are losing their own Raxes. Who would have expected that things will go like this? They are going in, they're 2 BKBs, they tried to burst down at least someone. The Undershock is kiting the Earth, the ILTV is losing all his damage. He's not able to do anything, he got no damage at all. The Yume is dropping on the half of the HP, and it looks like the Buck is having issues. The Overgrowth was used. Is able to get away. They're popping the shrine and they're losing the second side. They didn't lose anyone on the double dimension side. The Puck is still trying to chase. He's trying to chase, they're trying to kill anyone. But the Puck got in his own trap. That was an amazing stun by the Yume. That wasn't enough. And will they be punished for chasing? The Illidan with the Ripple is going in. Misha got no way of escaping. Puck is chipping in. The creep was immediately killed. It feels like the time for double dimension to finally go back. They got not that much mana. They don't have the all the growth which keeps Ursa in place. And they're going for the shrines. What a turn! What a turn! The Undershock with his split pushing and the Illidan get an amazing job. They didn't let the M19 to crack the defense of their high ground, and it gives them an insane advantage. I must admit that it was a very impressive play and a very impressive turn of the events, and with the BKBs the game completely changed. The Lina is going for the Hex. And now Ursa will have even more problems, but it looks like the Rubik, the poor Rubik who died already 14 times, just keep on suffering. He's fighting for his life, but it is just not enough. Illidan is going for the Lina. Lina probably is going for the pickup of the double damage there. It's really important to not give away the double damage for the M19, to not give the things for the Ursa. Even though he got an NKB, even though he got a Monkey King bar, what will he do against the Hex? Puck scouted them. LeBron is trying to chase. Illidan is really fast. He is hitting Puck. Puck got an option, he got no buyback. Illidan made a wrong guess. He thought that the Puck will trick them and try to search in the jungle, but what is going on? What is going on with this lineup? They are the M19 who got such a huge advantage of kills, who were bullying everyone on the map, who were the kings of the map. The Ursa, who was the king of everything, is now being a poor bullied bear. What is going on? The second shrine is falling for the M19 and they are losing their space very, very fast. They thought that they will be able to wipe down the double dimension really fast, but when the game goes for the 51 minutes in, it's really already hard. They didn't manage to crack this in time, and now they are paying for this. The Illidan is having a Satanic and the Moon Shard, and the things are getting really tough. The Aghanim Scepter on the Omni Knight is also really important. They're rolling in. Golems, Freeman Golems. Rolling. They are trying to take down at least someone. The ulti on the Omni Knight is doing a lot. They are not able to kill anyone. The LTV is waiting patiently. The Nyx was forced up in, and they are trading for the supports. And the Nyx